Okay, I'm back after a very short break. Don't know why my headset's extra creaky, but whatever. Okay, so Prospector's Trail. Now, this goes on for a little while. It's sort of the lead-in, like the liminal place between the last act and the next act kind of deal. I just wanted to give you a minute with the music, like just vibe with it for a minute. The soundtrack for this game is good, you know? Even if you don't often hear it over the staccato rifle fire or the sound of you braining a stupid goblin or troll or ethereal or chthonic cultist or creature or whatever else it is. Even if the game can be a little noisy at times, it has a good soundtrack. I feel like I haven't really given it enough breathing room, right? So that's why I kind of did that. Like, I'm just going to be quiet for a minute. Well, not a literal minute, but you know. Yeah, you know. It's good stuff, even whenever you get into combat. Now, the thing is, the Prospector's Trail leads somewhere off to the side that we saw a little detonation point at. We're gonna go check that out. Because that's the area that has that's the huge amount of optional content area. And when I say optional, I mean optional in the same way that the Steps of Torment is optional, in that there's still shrines and stuff involved in that section of the map. I just want to get to the Rift Gate over there, in that part of the map, and then we will abscond back up here. As a matter of fact, I'm going to leave a rift, like a town portal rift there, like a personal rift. So that once we reach the Rift Gate and the optional, the big optional area, we can just teleport right back. These guys make a return for the next area. 3 dynamite. We're gonna get 3 dynamite.
I can't do that yet.
Again, I wanted to leave you with the soundtrack of it. I like it. You know, there's some parts of it where I originally, whenever I first played the game, I didn't really like it. But it kind of grew on me whenever I understood what they were kind of going for. I don't exactly know how to put it, but it's this weird vibe that I really like. Okay. We have what we need to get into the next area. The jagged waste is not where we're going, actually. If I remember right, we're going to the Pine Barrens. The jagged waste is part of it, I think. But yeah, the area we're going to is called the Pine Barrens. It's a large, completely optional area. Again, if you consider areas that have a shrine in them that you don't technically have to go through optional, I consider devotion shrines non-optional personally, so semi-optional, I guess, in that you still need to come back for them, if that makes sense. But yeah, the Pine Barrens, named so because it's barren and it's full of pines. I don't know what you expect. Anyway, there's a rift gate here. Right, I need to put like 3 points into cadence. I almost forgot about that. Crud. Well, 4 technically, but I would probably be best served by putting more than that. Honestly. Alright, good. We filled out the map here. Goodness. I think I need to drink some water here in a sec. Like I said, though, this will be the last video of this recording session. Because it's not going to take that long to get through here. We're not doing the quests here yet. We'll do that in the next recording session of this. For now, I just want to get to Homestead. Like, that's a good... Like, get the Rift Gate here and get to Homestead. I feel that that's, like, the best natural end point. Excellent. Excellent. These guys are large, but they're not actually that dangerous. They're large, but they're not in charge. As demonstrated. The main thing is I want to fill in the map on the way to the thing. I'll slow scroll through this. Basically, that guy doesn't understand that, if I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure the Grim Dawn had already happened, and that guy just didn't understand that it had happened. It's like if the apocalypse happened and you didn't realize it, and you're just some dude, like imagine you're a truck driver, like or something, you know, like whatever, like you're some kind of guy whose job involves transit. You're in transit, and somehow you don't know that the apocalypse happened, kind of thing. You must be one tough slith to make it way out here on your own. Deathmark Cadris of the Black Legion. What brings you here, citizen? We can say we're exploring the area. We can ask him what he's doing out here. We can say, citizen, hasn't the Empire fallen? And the Black Legion? The Black Legion? I don't know why my voice cracked there. I'm old enough that shouldn't be happening. Yeah, citizen, hasn't the Empire fallen? As long as the Black Legion has at least one soul still breathing, the battle is not over as far as I'm concerned. We may have lost the capital, but we have not lost the war. Do you need help? The Manticore waste stalkers pack a potent venom up in their barbed tails. It's quite caustic and can burn through nearly anything. My hope is that the Legion can use it in their effort against the Chthonian invaders. We are dealing with a large group of cultists up near Homestead, and they are starting to bring in the larger demons from the Void. We need to turn the tide fast, or soon there won't be a home to defend. If you bring me back a venom gland from a waste stalker, then I will gladly provide you with a blade specially coated with their poison. Should do some serious damage in a fight. What do you say? We can say I will get the venom. No thanks sounds dangerous, or actually, I've already gathered some. Well, I'll be. That gland is bulging with venom, a fine sample. As promised, a manticore blade of your own. Should serve you well against less friendly humans, and hopefully Chthonians. Say, you seem quite capable. If you're interested in some coin, I've got a hunt I could use some assistance with. What are you after? Well, I'll be. That gland is... Alright, well, what are you after? This one's a hunt I've been personally struggling with. Local stories speak of an ancient thorned horror known as Old Bloodbriar. As it turns out, some of the stories are true, and Old Bloodbriar's been reported terrorizing the farmers in Homestead. I've managed to find some tracks, but I lost them out in the shaded basin to the south. It might be hiding out in one of the caves there, but I can't be sure. If you hunt down Old Bloodbriar, I will see that my superiors back at Homestead hear about your contributions. Heck, I'll throw in a few coins as a bounty. I'll hunt down your beast. Notice they've got the salt drawn. Right? So, talk to Deathmark Valor. That's far enough. You've entered a Black Legion camp. State your business. I'm looking to do my part. Well, my men are stretched thin and the beasts are numerous. You would do us all a favor by killing just about anything roaming the wilds. But if you're keen on risking your life, I do have a few targets in mind that I would gladly pay you to eliminate. To the west is an area known as the Jagged Waste. There you will find a pride of manticores. Their matriarch, Mogara, is a bloodthirsty beast with a taste for human flesh. Put her down and I will give you a fine share of iron bits. I will hunt down Mogara. Yep. So, those are two quests that you get here. They give you a lot of XP. They're kind of cool. I really like that there's an entire optional area that I missed on my first playthrough entirely. You know. Also, I like the fact that they made their camp right across from this ethereal rift that they covered in salt. That's pretty cool. Anyway, like I said, we left our rift, our personal rift, back here. It's kind of nifty, right? Because that's how you get into that area. Once you get through there, you go around, and it's a whole optional area that we'll be going into as part of next session, sort of. It'll definitely be at the end of it if we manage to get through the main quest line for this area. But getting up to Homestead is its own thing, if you will. So here you can see some ethereals, again, fighting with the local wildlife, as always. I'm not sure if they ever turn the Bloodbriars, the Briarthorn Horrors into their own, but you know, I'm not going to be shocked if we get into the game far enough and see exactly that. I don't remember seeing it like that, mind you. So this is a big map. This area is just large. It's very, very large. There's a lot of map to cover and a lot of enemies just wandering around. of all kinds and sizes, basically. It's a little convoluted because there's, you know, places. It's sectioned off into areas by stone walls, as you can see, and some of them have interlinking, like junctions where you can go freely between the two, and then others don't. If I'm not mistaken, you see that? Like, I'm not sure, but I think that some of these can be open, like this, on different playthroughs. So there's stuff like that in this game. I know that. I'm not always sure where that happens, but I am sure that it happens. So there's like a semi-random element to map generation. It's not big. It's real subtle. Like, you wouldn't really notice it unless you are kind of paying attention, which I like. I like that a lot, actually. But yeah, it's definitely a. I'm gonna go get that other part of the map down there. It's definitely real subtle, real subtle. You're not gonna notice it very easily, unless you're paying attention. Oh yeah, good. Yeah, sure enough. Aether horn or hor. Wow, that's hard to say. Aether horn horror. An aether horn aura. Like I've got a scuffed British accent. Goodness. Like, not a British accent. Like a scuffed impersonation of a British accent.
I can't do that yet.
Athorn Aura. Goodness. Like an Australian trying to do an American doing a British accent. Like, not even an actual accent. Not even an impersonation, like a scuffed impersonation of an impersonation. Anyway, as you saw, these are, well, not this guy. This guy's just a zombie. But there are scarecrows that are possessed by, you know, ethereals. It's kind of cool, I guess. I don't know.
I can't do that yet.
It's nice to have one-off enemies like that. I appreciate it, at least. But they do have an annoying habit of summoning crows with way too much HP and damage. And they also have an annoying habit of spitting out the ethereal that was possessing them whenever they perish. So, you know, I appreciate the enemy, I appreciate what it brings, but it is a one-off. As far as I'm aware, you don't, like, see it again. The main thing is that it brings up that they can possess scarecrows, which is kind of odd. That's not a thing with blood, so it kind of brings into question again the whole, how exactly are the Chthonians draining stuff of blood, keeping them from possessing them if they can possess scarecrows? Question, right? That's kind of a plot hole. Maybe? I don't know. Maybe it's explained somehow. Seems like a plot hole, though. Like, if they can just possess a thing made of straw and whatnot, then why can't they possess a body with no blood in it? Further, they can possess dead bodies, which, like, that have blood in them. Which implies that they don't need blood to circulate, at a minimum. Right? Like, it doesn't have to be circulating blood. So yeah, I had my question answered immediately. I just didn't, for some reason, that was my brain smushing together somehow for some reason into one statement, by the way, if you're wondering how that happened. But yeah, somehow, for some reason, to say it correctly, I just completely forgot that, yeah, they took over the Briarthorns, too. Into Aetherhorn Horrors. turn them into that, anyway. Now, we're about to be upon Homestead, which may seem like a rather short video. If we were just getting to Homestead, that would be the case. But there is one thing I kind of want to take care of. And I'm not going to take care of it in full, mind you. I just want to sort of get there. The entrance to Homestead is overrun by Aether horrors. Yeah, this is just what it looks like.
Can't do that.
This is more or less exactly what it looks like. Just a very large, very angry, possessed troll. Very well armored, too. But unfortunately for him, we do really good damage. All things considered, we do really good damage, anyway. And we don't really have to care about the fact that he summons a bunch of incredibly slow, ranged units to distract us. As long as we don't get distracted. I was holding the same direction the entire time, by the way, when my guy decided wisely to turn 90 degrees to his left, for some reason. And attack the thing next to him instead of continuing to attack the thing he was attacking. Mark of Oaths. Nice. Now, as I said, if all we were doing was trying to get to Homestead, and I kind of make it sound like that, but that's not the only thing we're going to do here. We're going to try to do one more thing. And that one more thing is not small. It's not an insignificant thing. It's going to take some effort. Yeah, let's just say it'll take some effort. Yeah. I'm trying to think of if this is the... Yes, I think it is. I ran right past Homestead, my bad. As you can see, they've had a real bad time. But now we can go back to Dead Man's Gulch. Alright, and from here we can go talk to Ulgrim.
That skill's not ready.
So how doomed are we?
I've secured the way via Riftgate.
Good work. I can't say I enjoyed my first travel by Rift, but it's certainly better than the alternative.
And there we go, and we're going to get, hopefully, a ton of XP for that. But what we're doing here is not just about getting Ulgrim and those folks to safety. I mean, Ulgrim would be safe regardless, but those folks definitely need you know. Anyway, check this out. The Journal of Inquisitor Creed, 7th and 8th entries. First off, let's look at the Black Legion Scouting Report. I'll scroll through this. That is foreshadowing an enemy type. Let's look at the 7th entry for Creed. Okay, and now the 8th. Ah, goodness. Anyway, that's, you know, the story so far,
I
basically.
wasn't sure you'd make it, but you pulled through. Those people owe you their lives.
I did what was right.
I wish that was the end of
Look
our
at that
service,
XP bar.
But there is a mounting threat on the horizon that threatens to wipe us all out.
What do we do
I'm
now?
going to check in with Creed here, but I suggest you speak to Captain Sommer. She's the Black Legion officer in charge of this sorry bunch. Look for the grumpy middle-aged hag in Black Legion armor. She'll fill you in on the situation.
Hag. That's some incredibly strong words for a woman who doesn't seem that bad.
These are trying times.
Okay, this guy basically just tells us that there's a ton of bugs, and we need to help him. This is the guy from way earlier, who that scumbag on the side of the road said stabbed him just to steal the loot. This is his daughter, Josephine, who that said scumbag, you know, tried to force himself on. So when you talk to this guy, seems our roads cross again. Glad to see you survived the wilderness. I appreciate you letting me tell my side of the story back in the Arkovian foothills. Most people wouldn't bother getting all the details straight. Glad you make it through. Say, I've gathered up quite a few interesting things while traveling out there. Don't suppose you'd be interested in buying something? Only the best deals for a friend. Let's take a look. So yeah, Isaiah sells what are called specialty goods. I don't know what makes them specialty per se, but he's another vendor. This is the real stuff, though, is that you can buy, you know, stuff from him. Like, you know, components and such. Which is cool. I mean, it's really cool that you unlock another vendor out of that, but the thing we're actually still going to do here... There should be a quest marker somewhere. I guess maybe we have to talk to this lady first.
I'll skip the pleasantries. Olgrim tells me you're one tough slip, and right now that's what I need most. Will you fight for the Black Legion?
Where do you need me?
The Legion is split on two fronts. To the north, we have the Cult of Cthon. Nasty bastards keen on turning all of us into a puddle of blood for their rituals. I have my best men out there right now scouting ahead. The cultists are amassing in great numbers, and I'd like to know why. There is a more pressing issue, however, and this is where you come in. Olgrim says that you are experienced with fighting the Ethereals. That's good. You'll need all your skills for this one. Far to the west, beyond the infested farms and the rotting croplands, there is an area teeming with Ethereals that we have started calling the Gruesome Harvest. It is a fitting title as the Ethereals have been gathering corpses, animal and human alike, in order to conduct their sick resurrection techniques upon them. The barn there has been giving off a blinding aether light non-stop for the last few days and nights. That is, until today. Whatever they are working on, it must be nearly finished. And knowing the Ethereals, it's something monstrous. We can't risk the Ethereals discovering that we know about their creation. I need someone to sneak in there and destroy this abomination before it even has a chance to wreak havoc upon my people. We'll only get one shot at this, so I want someone who has experience dealing with ethereal horrors to handle this mission. Will you be my champion?
What about the Dermapterans?
Been talking to Douglas? Look, I'd love to solve all the world's problems, but unfortunately I do not have the troops to send them out on a bug hunt. Douglas and the other farmers will just have to accept it for now. Perhaps later, once the Ethereals and the Chthonians have been dealt with, then I can think about sending some men out to the fields to clear out this infestation.
What did you need from me
The
again?
Legion is split on 2 fronts.
Yeah, okay. I'll track down this abomination, anyway. The weapons master looks over the supplies and sighs. It's a darn shame about the cannons. This place would feel a whole lot safer if we had a few of those beauties mounted up on the walls. What happened to the cannons? We had no choice but to abandon them on the road when the Ethereals attacked us in force. Thankfully, the turds don't know a thing about artillery. What if I recovered them? Then I would call you insane. Treading into that area is nothing short of suicide. There's a reason we call it the conflagration now. It's overrun with Ethereals. Even the very ground will cook you alive with aether fire. You like living? Stay out of that place. Yeah, just watch me. And that's what we're going to try and maybe not accomplish. Not outright. But we're going to go in that area at least once. Because there's some stuff back there that we've got to take care of. And it's going to be terrible to deal with. So for starters, he wasn't kidding about the ground cooking you. And we have to take on these giant crystal formations because they will zap us for a ton of health if we're anywhere near them. We have very little room to fight in comfortably. So we need to just deal with these threats as we can. Now here's the trick, is that we don't have to fight everything here. You could just stay along the main road if you know what you're doing and where you're going. And that's exactly what I intend to do. You'll see that the stuff here is level 42. That's fine. Alright, good. Cracked that one. Time to crack the next one open. Okay, and here we go. Ah, crap. I thought you could get through there. Okay, I guess I gotta go over here. Some rift spawn, the rift spawn bugs like the ones from the beginning of the game. Let's take down this aether crystal formation because again these things do a crap ton of damage. Now this takes 3 dynamite to clear the path. Oh come on, let me in. Now we're going to have to go back to Cronley's hideout. Here we go. Search around here for 1 dynamite.
That skill's not ready.
Oh goodness, this is gonna be miserable. Not this part. This part ain't gonna be all that bad. You'll notice that Cronley's gang is all the way up to 37. Like, this place, like I said, actually levels up. Like, the maximum level scaling for this place is pretty high. There's Boomer Slocum again. Let's just take him out. Compared to what we're going to be dealing with, this is like cakewalk stuff. And I would like to get a level up to put points into cadence, so that I don't have to go back and equip the old gun. Because I'm going to need firepower. Like, it's necessary for what's up ahead. Like I said, hoping for dynamite. Really wishing I hadn't spent that one dynamite. Of course, it's the one dynamite I spent that I need. I should be able to get at least one out of here somewhere. Particularly over here. But like I said, I don't mind. Getting a level up, an extra level up would be great. I don't care if this video goes a little long. You might. Sorry if you do. But it shouldn't go too long. Nice, level up. Okay. Well, since I know what I'm putting that into...
That skill's not ready.
There we go. Excellent. But again, here, for dynamite. Not really anything else. Ah, come on, man.
I can't do that yet.
Typically, you can find at least one dynamite going through. I am very glad about that level up, though. That was very much needed. I'll probably put the next level up directly into Cadence again. Just to give it extra oomph. Take the high ground up here. Might as well make, take advantage of the properties of a ranged weapon. Alrighty. Please. Yes, there's the dynamite that I was looking for. Thank you. Thank you, gentlemen. I will be leaving now. I don't care about anything else here. I'm going to be losing a ton of XP anyway, so there's no point fighting. Why am I saying that? You will know shortly. Don't worry about it. It's not pretty what's going to go down soon. It's not pretty at all.
That skill's not ready.
No, it is not. It really ain't. Now, let's go get the rest of the dynamite. You know what? I think I'll I'll let it go long. I was gonna say maybe I'll cut this one here, but nah, it'll be fine.
Come see what's left of what wears.
Okay. Well,
See you around.
we're not going in that direction just yet, but we will be going back to that portal. We're going to take care of the thing immediately north of that first. So the deal here is there's 2 devotion shrines here that need to be claim. Now, the first is right here. It is not as difficult as the second. I'll just say that for free. It's not as difficult as the second. Now, the problem is that we're not doing enough damage to these things, and these are going to be easier. These are easier significantly than what's going to be in the next area. So this is almost going to turn into a little problem of how to put it. Oh, and there's the thing again about how these pop out rates. It's going to be a problem of damage, yes, but a problem specifically of well, you'll see. It's not pretty. Almost bit the big one there. Back. Ooh. Okay, I gotta stop going in there before the potion's actually back. There we go, okay. Now, the reason why I'm taking this way is because the less walls we break down, the better. Because keeping the stuff separated from where we're at is going to be a boon. Now, we want to go ahead and take care of this joy parade over here. And use the corners of our camera view to check what's around. Mondrak the Everburning. That's an ethereal we're going to see more than once, I'm sure. I saw him twice playing as Hydrate. Okay, so over here. Now, I might actually be prudent to just break the wall down if I can. And I do believe I can. I think I can. Yeah, no, never mind. I thought I could. Yeah, no, that's a rock carrot. Okay. It's definitely prudent to shoot that from here instead of mucking around in the Aether Fire. Now, the problem we're going to come across soon-ish in this area is that there's a boss enemy here that takes the whole archetype of summoning more ads to the logical extreme in a very bad way.
I can't do that yet.
Okay, it's time for us to, like, get down here. Thin them out, the ones that didn't turn around. Okay. Hopefully that'll provide us with a little bit.
Let's kill him already.
Okay, now that he's gone, we should be mostly fine. Okay, I'm going to cut the video here, and however long the next one is, it'll be the last video, so hold on.